Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel, and welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you who are seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about and discuss a variety of coaching related topics that hopefully are helpful to those who are interested in bettering their lives. If you are interested, please subscribe, like, comment below. Also, if you need help with, in this case, overcoming introversion, I work with introverts all the time. And when I say overcoming, it's not changing who you are, it's about becoming more comfortable in social situations. And so that can be useful for almost any person. There's two ways to contact. You can go through Twitter at PO Perception, or you can check the About Me section of this here YouTube page, and my website is there. You can get in touch with me through the site. In any event, there's about half a dozen things that most introverts wish people knew so that they would leave them alone, and not, I don't mean that literally, and we'll get to that in a minute, but leave them alone about being an introvert. Allow them to be themselves. A lot of times people think that introverted people, because they're quiet and reserved, are more upset than they actually are, whether it be sad, angry, frustrated, overwhelmed, and in a lot of cases, introverts. I classify myself an introvert who can rev up to be an extrovert. So for me, I tend to be introverted until the need to perform, be it for work, be it for be it for a social gathering or a party, is upon me, and then I can switch to being an extrovert. So I guess I would classify as an ambivert, but I understand the struggles of the introvert because I'm more introverted than extroverted. I tend to like my alone time more than the average person, but that doesn't mean I'm angry or that I wouldn't connect with friends or loved ones if they wanted to. It just means that I'm less likely to reach out and initiate those connections because, well, I enjoy my alone time and I enjoy myself. And I think that's the big thing that I would say is just because an introvert isn't reaching out to hang out or hasn't called you or whatever doesn't mean they don't care about you, and it also doesn't mean that they're avoiding you or want to be away from you. It might just mean that the inference to connect is something they hadn't thought of because it's not naturally wired into them to think to be social in a lot of cases, and so that can be problematic. The next is the thought that an introvert doesn't like people. So this is a misconception because you know uh, the inference being that, well, if you're not social, that means you don't like people. Well, no. More accurately, the types of people an introvert may like may be significantly less, and the bonding with the people they do like may take a little longer. But it is entirely possible for an introvert to have a robust group of friends that are in line with the things they believe in or where they are mentally, emotionally, socially, whatever have you, without necessarily being more like an extrovert who's the life of the party and can get along with almost any personality type. Both of these things and personality archetypes, introvert and extrovert, have strengths and weaknesses. It's not better to be one than the other. And so that's another thing to consider. This is not a competition where an introvert has to convince people to be other introverts, or an extrovert has to convince people to be extroverts. Finding a way to accept someone where they are and realizing that one can actually evolve into being more or less one or the other over time is another factor. Um, this the next misconception is that all introverts are shy, and this is not true. More accurately, an introvert is shy until they feel a connection with a person or have a common interest, and then they become more comfortable with speaking and being social because they're looking for connection rather than number of people. And the security for the introvert is the realization that they are comfortable within themselves, and um, that ultimately means that they don't necessarily need the level of validation that many, but not all, extroverts seek in an effort to kind of, the more people I have around me, the more liked I am, the more popular I am, the better I feel. That's not the way it works for an introvert. Much to the contrary, they would rather have a smaller group of friends but have more meaningful with them, and they're secure within themselves, but also secure that if they're going to put time into cultivating a relationship, that it's going to be something that's going to last a while, hopefully, and have some depth to it. There's a concept that says that introverts are less successful than others, and that's not true either. Bill Gates, Albert Einstein, um, to a degree, many entertainers, um, directors, and the like, people who prefer to be behind the scenes, all of these, Mark Zuckerberg, who started Facebook, all of these are introverted people. Now, they were forced to become more extroverted as they became more famous, but I bet you the preference of these individuals is still introversion, but they've learned how to be more extroverted as a result of their success. And the last misconception is that introverts don't know how to be spontaneous or fun. And the reality of that is, again, its surroundings and quality of relationships. A person who is trying to push an introvert where they don't want to go, where they're not naturally called to go socially, is going to think that that person isn't fun. However, when there's a bond between two individuals or a group of friends and an introvert feels comfortable, they actually can become very spontaneous because they're more likely to push their boundaries when they feel comforted and supported. And so this is a valuable thing. So until next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.